That's very sexy. I could sell that now, you know that?
There you go.
I could sell
Here,
that.
you've no idea what I'm getting offered for my socks at the moment. Right? You've no idea. I have to wear them like all day long and then like sell them off for 50 quid a pair or something like that. But yeah, obviously I'm not doing it. But
This is Nadia from Ashford Motors. Nice cave, isn't it?
I know it's getting there. I can't wait for it to actually be done though, you know.
Oh,
And the lamb, there's the Lambo.
it looks brilliant. Where did you get that? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so that was originally a UK car. It had one owner in the UK, and then it had one owner in Ireland, but they never VRT'd it. And then it came up, and then I put my hand up for it. And as soon as I got it, I paid the VRT on it. I didn't even drive that car. It was parked in here, and the first thing I did was tax it, test it, and do the VRT on it. And I won't even tell you what the VRT was.
Yeah,
but
I don't even want to ask.
It was 6 digits, let's just say,
Oh
north of 6 digits.
And what do they do with that? Like put it into Eamon Ryan's Save the Tree fund, or what happened there?
I
Like,
don't
do you know
know
what I mean?
what they do, but like at that point as well, it was going up every day type of thing. So I just had to do it, and you know, a huge purchase for Ashford Motors, but it's done a lot for the business.
Sure, it's your selling point now, isn't it?
Yeah, and in fairness, it's not even about selling it, but it's about the cars now I'm being offered.
Yeah.
Like I got offered a 2020 G-Wagon there, you know, the other day, and I think I might be doing a deal on it, I don't know. But
Brilliant.
that's the type of stuff I'm getting offered now, which I never would have got offered that type of stuff.
And was that what you always wanted to get? Was the prestige market, you wanted to step into that realm and do the bigger business, like I'm sure the bread and butter cars are fine for a while, but you really wanted to get into the prestige end of things?
Yes and no. So at the beginning, I didn't even think that's the way it was going to go. But as it kind of went like that, as we kind of got our first really expensive car, which was the Bentley, and the Bentley sold, that then attracted a really good trade-in, like a really nice flash trade-in, and then you sell the trade, and then it attracts. So it's funny, as soon as you start selling higher-end stuff, it almost attracts more of it. You might not set out to do it, but as soon as you start selling it, and then you actually realise that there's a little bit less stress in selling newer, flashier cars that are fresher.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously not as much stress with selling loads of like older cars with higher mileage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I started realising.
But then you sit on these for a while, and you're like,
you sit on them for a while. Obviously, your margin has to be more than, you know, quicker turnover cars, because you could be sitting on a car for 3 to 6 months. You don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously, you have to have
you
the money in it, because the market can change, anything can happen.
As we were saying a couple of minutes ago, you have to have your finger in everything. Like there's no one style of business, like because it just wouldn't do it. Like,
and like I also see Ashford Motors though, just not high end completely, but also ideally I'd love to have maybe 5 to 10 high end cars in here, and then about 20 good mid range
Sport
cars
cars,
outside. So like Golf 4s, good
a lovely Golf 4 actually outside. I was looking at it.
That's a really nice car now. That's like a new car, Irish car as well, lovely car. But anyway, what I was going to say.
So actually, I don't mean to cut across you, but I only realised that the microphones aren't recording when we start recording this, so I'm going to have to do a brief introduction again, right?
Yes.
So I'm very sorry about this again.
No, it's probably good the way it went. Go on. And can you hear me and all this when I go to this? Hello.
I'm going to tell you now. Your headphone cable isn't long enough, so what do you want ahead?
Hello, Ian.
That's very sexy. I could sell that now, you know that?
There you go.
I could sell
Here,
that.
you've no idea what I'm getting offered for my socks at the moment. Right? You've no idea. I have to wear them like all day long and then like sell them off for 50 quid a pair or something like that. But yeah, obviously I'm not doing it. But
this is Nadia from Ashford Motors. Nadia's been a great part in letting me come down. Yeah, she's selling socks. Oh, lads, we dive straight into that. What's the crack? How's your DMs these days? Are they disturbing, or what's the story?
Yes, very disturbing. They only started getting really disturbing last week when I was on holidays. So like a lot of it is the crack with lads on the comments, and that's fine. Like I've very tough skin, and you have to be able to have the crack if you're in a motor game, because I'm around lads all day long, the valeter, the mechanic, the stuff that comes out of their mouth.
But they're all talking about Mary and how they got over her there last night and everything like that.
And the stuff then that's coming out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to a spa, I need to get champagne because this is ridiculous. But anyway, so yes, since the TikTok's gone mad now, the DMs are mental. Like some of the stuff I'm getting, like I had a guy.
You can say whatever you like.
I'll say yeah. So I had a guy send me a photo of him in a dress.
In a dress,
full on dress, asking me to like.
What's his name?
I know. I'm thinking. I'm like, how will I approach this now? I might just like cover all their faces, and put them all up on TikTok and talk about it.
Put them on your story show. Why not?
I was thinking of doing. Yeah, I do, because like at the end of the day, like, is they're mad.
Yeah, and then their wife would be watching. I go, Those fucking bed sheets look real familiar.
Yeah, they look real familiar. I know. Oh, stop though. Oh, you'll all be caught now.
Yeah,
I'm
I tell
telling
you. There'll be not, you won't get away with nothing these days, lads.
No. Oh, so that's one of them. Then there's the socks thing. Like
People want you to sell your
a couple
socks.
of guys want me to sell my socks, but I have to wear them all day long.
Is there much in it? Like, is there much of a margin? Or what's the story?
Well, I was offered 50 quid for a pair of socks. Now, listen,
Does that include the postage?
That's what I said. And I also said to him, I said, look, I'll be honest with you, 50 quid wouldn't even fill up one of my cars. So I said, unless you're talking in the thousands, I don't even want to know.
500 is the starting price.
Let's talk.
And that's for an ankle sock. If you want it tight now, it's prices are going up, like, you know.
What I might do is just get one of the lads to shave his ankles and just get him to put on the socks and wear them all day. Oh, we've had great fun with this.
Yeah, just say, look at me feet, I'm great at climbing trees here with these big things.
One of my friends was like, I've athlete's foot, I'll just like wear the sock all day. And I said, it's disgusting. There's some mad ones out there. But yeah, they are getting a bit... now, I'm lucky that I have a few people like helping me with the social media, so they're looking at a lot of it. I'm not necessarily.
Yeah, so you're not. Are you like are you not in full control of it? Like you obviously.
I am in full control now. I do have help from one person, but again, I would be in full control of it. Like, you know, and it'd be more so them coming to me going, "Will we do this? Will we do that?"
Yeah, with ideas like.
Yeah, I sort of off the cuff will put up stuff. That's why even the stuff on TikTok at the moment, they're not perfect. Like, so some of the videos could be a bit noisy and stuff because I don't know how to work it. I'm still learning.
Don't worry, I'll teach you a thing or two. I'll make it really easy.
You can like manage all that. That's fine. You can wear the socks.
I actually forgot my own socks there now today. They'll be in the post to that fella there if you're wondering.
I know. Yeah. There we go. He'll know all about that now.
And what about your man pulling himself into the sink? His tail.
Yeah, so we had that as well. We had a very visual video of someone doing something to themselves in the sink, and then they sent it to me, and then that person just got blocked straight away. So yeah, and he actually looked like a very normal person as well, which worried me because I was like, this is someone.
Did he have a missus now?
I didn't see. I didn't follow him back or anything to see, but his photo like had followers. He had posts. It was an Insta. It wasn't like one of these no profiles, zero followers. He had loads of followers. He looked like someone I would have like seen anywhere. Like, he just looked so normal. That's what freaked me out, because you think you should get like. You should think, oh yeah, that's someone, he's no profile, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
But actually, there's normal. It could be you, Ian, you wouldn't know.
Oh no, come here now. I know what's out there on social media. I've been minding myself now. I have. Did you ever Google you now? Google Ashford Motors next time, because I Googled it there to get the direction. Ashford Motors girl, Ashford Motors TikTok, Ashford Motors girl's name. I swear to God.
Stop.
I was on the way down. Yeah, I was like,
no, I haven't Googled it in a while. Like,
maybe not look at it tonight now. Maybe open that bottle there later on.
I think we should start on that bottle now. To be honest with you, yeah.
Come here. If I didn't have to drive back, I would.
I know. That's That's
Oh, sure. I was in the pub last night. I was like, and then I was talking on the phone. I was like, "How is Nadia? How are you?"
I know. I was like, "Are you drunk?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Look, we'll talk tomorrow."
This is brilliant. Here, right there. There's a fella that's talking here, and he should be listening. Hang on one second.
I know. Yeah.
Oh God, right. So I asked Nadia to put out a thing on her Instagram asking for questions to come in. Now, some of them are absolutely disgraceful. Now, and I'm not even going to repeat them, and they're not going to see the light of day. But I'm going to pick the good ones out of it. So.
Oh God, I'm used to it.
Right. Okay. So you ready to go? So this question comes in from Ben Halpin. Do you source cars? It's a bit of a vague question, Ben, but.
Yeah, we do, is the short of it. Again, we do our best. Sometimes we can't get what people are looking for, but we have been able to. So obviously we've built a good contact list over the last couple of years. So if somebody's looking for something, half decent, a Range Rover or a BMW or something not too specific or whatever, I can usually go back over people I've sold cars to.
It's more the spec probably, is it?
The spec, yeah. Like I had somebody looking for a C300 coupe. They're quite rare.
Yeah, you wouldn't. That's why I even said C300s. I haven't even seen one of them around in a long time.
In a long time. Yeah, that's quite rare. So again, now I don't necessarily source from the UK either, because I never have had to, and I just couldn't be arsed with all the VRT. The only real car I brought over is the Lamborghini, and I've paid the VRT on it. And
but it's a disaster.
But it's a disaster. Yeah. So I just don't go near it, and I just find if you keep yourself Irish cars, then you'll never have an issue type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? If you have a yard filled with yellow plates, it's never a good thing. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're a garage, not a garage, if you have a tan number, if you don't have a tan number. I just find easy life have Irish cars.
Yeah.
And that's
And
been
even
handy.
even to, like, if you see a picture of a car and you come up and you see it's on yellow plates, it's just like a big no. Put off customers straight away, doesn't it? Because they don't know where it's been or where
You
it came
don't know
from.
where it's been. You don't know what the VRT cost is. It's so vague. Like, there's just no price on it. Whereas, like, for example, I'm not here trying to push it, but basically this is probably one of the few Lamborghini Huracans that are on Irish plates in the country.
Especially a Spider. There's probably only one or two Spiders in Ireland, if even that. Like,
taxed and tested, ready to go. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind
so
of...
if you're in the market for a Lamborghini
if
Huracan,
you're in the market for Lamborghini, I have a really nice Le Mans blue one behind me. But no, it's lovely now. In fairness, I've kind of enjoyed it a bit more now myself in the last couple of weeks, I think, because initially I was thinking about the business and stuff like that, whereas now I'm actually enjoying it a little
sure,
bit,
that's got you in the gate for it. There's been TV on that car now, and there's been all the social media.
It's
like
mad. Like, I've been invited to like a supercar Sunday like run in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, deadly, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
up my direction. You never know, you might see me there.
There you go. So there you go. It's mad, so it's stuff. It does open you up to a market that you've never been in. It's like houses, I suppose.
Are you going to do the Cannonball this year? Sorry, I meant to ask that.
Yeah, so we were planning on doing it. Now, again, I hate saying yes or no, because usually, because I'm running the place on my own, Saturdays and Sundays can be busy with customers. Now, in saying that, if I can make it work, I will this year.
Yeah.
It's on September, isn't it?
September,
like, the second week of September.
I was only ever on it once, and I was working on it. Oh, it was
it's
best weekend I've ever had.
I think I will make a massive effort to go and bring the Lamborghini and get good content and chat to other people and have the crack.
It's you know yourself, it's a contacts game. It's nothing about the cars, really. The cars are just the fun part of it, like, you know what I mean?
Especially having one on Irish plates as well is good, you know what I mean?
Oh, the rest of them are all on English plates, and they're all brought in from England or whatever. But anyway, we'll go on to the next question here. So, someone asked about the supply chain and cars going up in value. Do you think it's going to last much longer? Do you think it's going to keep going the way it is?
Yeah, so I think, and I've said this a few times, so unless Putin doesn't blow us all up, right, which our side of the market...
Stranger things have happened,
Stranger things have happened. I think average cars, as the more of them come in, I think they probably will average out a little bit. So like your Golfs and stuff like that, you've seen them come down a little bit or like average out a little bit. But I still really believe like big petrol cars, big diesel cars, anything flash, sports cars, I just don't see them coming down, because it just comes down to demand and supply.
Yeah.
Also with this, I read an article there, the chips, there's still a massive delay on them. They're looking to right to the end of 2022. So there's no real clear like timeline to when these chips are going to be back up and running, to when manufacturers are going to be back up and running, supplying new cars. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. So there's a huge like thing there.
Another year or two anyway, at least, to catch up,
Yeah, so like again, like people are very easy throwing out statements about recessions and stuff like that, but you have to look at the mechanics behind that and also say, well, demand and supply. The cars aren't there, especially in Ireland, which is a smaller market again, and you can't even bring them in from the UK because of Brexit.
They really pissed on that parade, didn't they?
I really don't know. I do see definitely like higher end stuff holding their value though, absolutely. Yeah. But again, as I said, that's not if something mental doesn't happen, like, Yeah,
exactly, yeah. I know the supply chain at the minute has just been a disaster, even for the most basic of stuff, like even that van I bought outside, like I don't know how video on it, like you cannot get them, like
there's a 1.5 year waiting list for a new Taycan, Porsche Taycan. It's crazy. G-Wagon, same thing.
Yeah, I heard that they had a boat burned down on them as well on the way to America, so that put down.
Don't get me started on electric vehicles.
That's
very anti-electric.
I wouldn't be far out myself. So
I know.
What are the cons to electric cars for you? Like, why do you not see the future for them?
So the reason I don't really see the future for them, or maybe, I'll put it a different way. At the moment, I don't see a future for them as the infrastructure is now.
Yeah.
But maybe if that gets better, and maybe I would rather see a combination of maybe like hybrid being pushed more rather than full on electric, because I just don't think we're being told exactly what this means. I look at it like smoking and vaping. Like with cigarettes, you kind of know what you're getting. You could smoke all your life and still get to 80. Like we all have a granny who kind of made it, like who smoked all, do you know what I mean? Who smoked the bloody head off her, like. But it's like vaping. You just don't know what the research is not there long enough. We just don't know what we're getting into, and I think we're all just being thrown into this agenda of green and buy this amount of time. I really don't think it makes a massive difference what we do in terms of diesel. I think we have to do something. I think it's great we're all trying to do something, but I just think this is like the scapegoat. And I think, pushing everyone to electric vehicles, like what are they doing? What if everyone had an electric vehicle in Ireland? What about the electricity grid? What would that do?
Be out power cuts every day of the week, like.
And what I think will happen is everyone will be electric. Electricity prices will go mental, and then come petrol prices,
but
and
fall
diesel
to nothing.
prices will fall, and then actually someone who has a cool R8 or something like that will be worth a fortune. Do you know what I mean? So that like, and as well, and even like the likes of the batteries. I don't know if you saw or heard the video there. A family had bought a Nissan Leaf, and it had 160 kilometers on it or something like that, and the battery died, and they went back to Nissan, and they said a new battery was going to cost €15,000. Now that family did not have €15,000 to spend on a new battery. You might as well go out and buy a feckin' Tucson, 3 years old, or a Qashqai or something like that.
Exactly,
yeah. So that's just why I'm not sold on it yet.
They're
Plus,
too disposable.
I hate the sound of them. I did a little video, like the Taycan versus the 911 Carrera, and I drove the two of them, and this was an 08 versus a 211 Taycan, and it was so depressing to drive. Now, they look great, but driving them, it's just like there's no noise. It's like you're driving a microwave. Like I actually feel like I'm getting radiation, like in it. Do you know that?
I wouldn't, and to be honest with you, that's not far off the cause as well. Like that could very well be a thing. Like
there you go. I just don't think we're being told the full story, to be honest with you. And I'm not a big like conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I think people in Ireland are starting to cop on a little bit. They're asking questions. They're going, this isn't right. I was chatting to a lad there who has an electric vehicle, and he basically said the only time he can fast charge his car is at 1 a.m. in Sandyford. That's the only other time.
A Tesla, like?
He has I don't know if it's not a Tesla, but it's an electric vehicle. I don't know. It's a nice one anyway. But he goes, that's the only time. Any other time of day, it's jam-packed with taxi drivers. Like, one's broke and there's a queue on the other. So, but then there's other, you know, and I hate to say it, but there are some brands out there, car brands, and I've seen them lately, like they're doing electric vehicle videos and stuff like that, and they're really pushing it. And I'm like, what are you actually pushing here?
Oh yeah, I know the ones you're talking about.
The one I'm talking about.
And they have a sustainability expert that has never probably been around the country in her life. You know. Exactly. So that's not. I'm not pooing on anybody's parade.
I am, to be honest with you. I am pooing on people at the moment. Yeah,
just fed up with it. Yeah,
I'm fed up with it. Yeah, I am, because you're putting something out there that you actually don't know, and you're putting something behind it that clearly has no huge experience in this field,
and they don't understand that.
And they're telling people to buy something, but they actually don't know what the what's going to happen after they do.
They're talking about sustainable for the environment. Yeah, fair enough, but what about sustainable for your pocket? Like, you know what I mean? In 10 years' time, you're going to have to put your car in the bin, like, because that's basically what they're pushing you towards. Like, whereas you know yourself like that. Like, there's a 2008 Bentley Continental. Like, what? How many years old is that now? What?
So it's 08. So what is it? I'm terrible at maths.
14 years old, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
And still perfect sitting there.
Still perfect.
I'm sure she's pouring like a kitten.
Oh, listen, she's burning like a kitten. It's 70,000 kilometers on it. 2 owners from you. Like, it's a really nice car. But again, you know what you're going to get with it.
Yeah, and
your Caddy now is probably, you know, that's the type of car now would go forever. Is it the 1.9
2 litre
or 2 litre? Yeah.
I had a couple of cars and stuff like that. I had no time for them. I don't even see my car during the week because of the amount of hours I spend away in the truck and stuff like that. So I don't even consider cars until I have more time.
Yeah, then, I know what you mean.
And then trying to get this out the ground as well, so I have to be able to get in it and go. Like, so that was just the idea behind that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But so. That's your Lamborghini's your demo.
Lamborghini's the demo / you know, it's my own car as well, because I had an X5M and I sold that to put it towards the Lamborghini and also have it for myself. Now, I don't drive it a lot, but again, I would take it out at the weekend or the Sunday, because no one likes a garage queen either. Like, if people tell you, what are you driving your car for or whatever, if you know anything about supercars, they don't like to just sit there and not get driven. They do need a drive. Exactly. So I do drive it. I enjoy it. I might try get a night away in it soon, because I haven't done that yet. But to be honest with you, there's no boot space in it. Like, you'd hardly fit a bit of toilet roll into it or something.
There's not a tow bar in that choke, no?
Definitely not. And if there is, it's only for jet skis.
Do you ever get asked stupid questions like that when customers come up?
And what about tow bars?
Just stupid things, yeah. Just like, would she go down a country lane now, would she? Or them tyres now, would they be suitable now for going up a slippery driveway, would they? Yeah,
I sold a very expensive petrol car. I remember them asking me, what's the MPG, or how much would it take to fill it? And I was like, listen, these are not the questions you need to be asking me. This is not the car for you. You need to, like, go get a 1 litre Polo or something, if that's what you're concerned. So stuff like that. But again, look, you know, it's part of the parcel, you know. And then it'll get very complicated, some really mad questions that I don't know, because I'm not a mechanic and I never said I was. I'm not an expert.
No.
But I have my guys in place to help me with that type of stuff, you know. And I'm always learning. I know. It's never ending knowledge, like. Yeah. You know?
There's
oh my God, don't talk to me.
The car trade needs some serious infrastructure put in place, doesn't
Yeah.
it? By high up, from the bottom up to the top down, like
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
But right, I'm gonna pick another question here
Yeah.
out of the bunch, right? So here's a good one. Deep in Dublin asks, what motivates you? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Because I have to. No, I'm only joking. No, I'm very grateful, like the way things are going. It is great when I can finally actually take a step back from stopping going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing and actually look. I have to actually just kind of pat and go, do you know what, Nadia? Give yourself, like, fair play to you. You've done something good.
You have fair play to you.
You've done something
Yeah,
different, and like, because we're very hard on myself. You know, that's the way I was brought up. My mom, just like, she's like that anyway. Like, even today now, she's like giving out to me about everything, because that's just
And is your mum around still in Ireland? She's still home?
Yeah, so she lives here, but she's back in Africa. So she has a farm, or we have a farm in Kenya. And when the pandemic started, she has her own business here as well. 15 years. She's has an interpreting company, and she's number 2 in her field. So
where's your mother from? Sorry,
Somalia.
and yourself, you're
She's
from Somalia as well.
Yeah.
Are you from Somalia, or were you born in
Yeah,
Ireland?
so no, I was born in Somalia.
Yeah.
So I was born in Africa and came here when I was 5 or 6 with Mum, because we'd lost everything after the war, and her family, most of her family were killed, and no family, just the two of us. We came to Ireland, and when we came here, we literally had nothing, even though we came from a very good life. Like, really,
it was all taken away from you.
Yeah, like, she had her own airline, my mum did.
Wow.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like, she used to go to Moscow in the 80s, and if you can imagine a black Somalian woman from Africa going to Moscow in the 80s, and she would lease Antonovs and Cessnas, and get a Russian crew, come back, work with the UN to bring in food and supplies into Mogadishu.
Fair play to her.
And then at the time, it was before the Somalian War, Black Hawk Down. So it was before all that, and so basically, so she used to work with the Americans and all that, and then they shut down the airspace, so that's when her contract got taken away, and then she started a tourism company as well, and she...
There's some going on, isn't there?
Yeah, she's amazing. Like, she wouldn't have had an education or anything.
Yeah.
Like, her whole life goal is to get me an education, because she never had one.
Yeah.
But it's funny now, I've kind of turned out like her.
Yeah, just mad to start your own thing.
Do you know what I mean? Like her, I couldn't do what I was doing beforehand, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to what motivates you. Fair play to your mother.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I wanted to say this as well on the podcast. That's why I wanted to get you on, is because you're inspiring to not just men, like just to everybody in general in the car scene, because there's very, very few women that really want to take the plunge and step in, because it can be a very scary and toxic and male orientated place. Like, but I want to say fair play to you. Like, what you're doing is fantastic. Like,
thank you.
It
I
is brilliant.
appreciate it. Yeah. No, it's great. And like, I suppose people haven't seen what we've been doing for a long time. It only looks like we've been doing this since last week, but we've actually been doing it a good while. But like, it's good fun, like, as well. And I'm enjoying it.
That's what this gets you up in the morning.
Yeah, it does.
Going in and
and
getting
like,
stuck in.
the motivation changes all the time. So like, let's say last year the motivation was just making money, keeping the business going, buying cars,
paying the
selling
mortgage,
cars, you know, that's it, keeping everything going. And then the social media, then it was the motivation was getting little videos and stuff like that. And then and then the nice stock came in, and then I could see like the interest once the nice stock came in, and how people got excited over the nice cars, and how you could get a good bit of content out of it. And then that was the motivation then to keep going with that. And then the nice cars came in, and then I was motivated to keep getting nice cars. And so I suppose I'll go back a bit. So how as well our business changed was, like, before the pandemic, you would get stock from loads of different places, from main dealers, other traders, you know that yourself. But when the pandemic happened, a lot of main dealers who we used to get stock off started retailing the cars themselves that they would have traded off. They were retailing cars I wouldn't even retail now, like with mental mileage.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I've
You've
seen them.
it.
Yeah.
So that made me kind of go, oh God, where am I going to get stock? So then I started going, right, I'm going to start buying privately. And I was always doing a bit of privately, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
So I just went full on private
Now you
buying.
have a big pool of what you can jump into,
where I can
whereas
jump
before
into,
you didn't. Yeah.
I rather buy privately as well. Better deals, better negotiation. A lot of the time with main dealers, if you're given a car, you kind of have to take it.
Yeah.
You kind of have to take the price, because if you don't, you lose it, and they'll give it to someone else.
Yeah.
You might not be in with them
And
again.
there'll be a queue of people waiting to get it.
People waiting to get it, and like, there's not a huge negotiation. You kind of have to, and then the car might hit your yard, might need €1,000 spent on it to get it
straight away,
straight away.
And then all the problems that are underneath it too. Then you're buying a mystery, like.
Exactly. Whereas, like, and of course they're going to give you as much as they can information about it, but you can't tell these things. It's just the way it happens. Whereas, like, when you go out privately, you can get much better deals. You know what you're getting with the car as well. You can have a bit of a look at it and stuff like that. So I went cross country all around the pandemic, and at the very beginning, where prices were very good, when people were very afraid of what was going to happen.
Just selling.
So they were just selling. So I was getting really good deals around the country. But then I was selling them for cheap as well at the time, because I didn't know.
But the market wasn't there. It wasn't what it is now.
No, it didn't really pick up till that first summer of the pandemic, till just after the first summer. Then that's when people started realising car prices were going mad. Then they just really shot up like 10%.
When they started easing restrictions, then people were like, oh, fuck, I need a car.
Exactly, I need a car and VRT and all that. So so that's kind of just buying privately. And then what ended up happening was the hand that fed us, when that got chopped off, we actually were able to grow wings, and we were able to pick what we wanted and sell what we wanted, and not just take what we were given and sell and, like, just go get by, because your week gets very, like, filled up if you're just buying stock and you're getting stock, and then you have to prep them, get them up online.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of middleman in there.
There's a lot of middleman going on, so you never really have to think about what type of stock you want to sell, because you're just taking kind of what you're given and selling it. Whereas when we had to go think, I was like, well, I just want to buy Golf 4s. Started just buying Golf 4s. Then nice trade-ins would come against them. Then I wanted nice Range Rovers, and then I love Defenders. Jesus, we have bought up a load.
I've seen a couple of them out there.
Oh my God, it's like Jumanji out here with Defenders. Like, it's
you
mad.
know, you were near the Wicklow Mountains here, like.
Oh,
you know
you would. Yeah, we love Defenders, because we bought, like, we've 2 of them ourselves. Like myself, we've the black one Spectre, which we've done up a year and a half, and we made that look like the one in Bond. So that was kind of our mascot one.
There's some margin on them, isn't there?
You've
like,
no
it's
idea.
unreal.
People don't know, and every main dealer that gets a Defender rings me.
Yeah.
And Nadia, will you buy it? And I'm like, maybe, let me have a think about it, because I know what they're like. You have to sit on them.
Yeah.
You could be sitting on them for 6 months, and main dealers are a little bit afraid of them because they don't really know them really, and they can't believe
they're really
this
trucky as well.
Rust bucket is going for 60 grand. Like, it's just, it's crazy. But we love them. We bought loads of them before the pandemic for really, really good prices. Yeah. And then we did them up in bits and pieces. I was offered 85 grand for the black one, and it's a 06. 85 grand, because we've done it up really nicely, wheels, interior, exterior. The other ones as well. Like,
there's just a mad love for them, and they're like a shed to drive.
Oh, they're awful to drive. They're awful to drive, but because they stopped making them in 2016, so the demand went mental. And because they've no airbags or anything like that, so that's why they stopped making them, because they're lethal. Like, they really are. They're fucking lethal.
I'd say the compliance officer in Land Rover was like,
oh my God, they're just very lethal. So we did well. So that was another part of the business as well that we have, is the Defender business. So that does well. Then the buying and selling. Then we've a bit of consignment as well. So there's a few different things going on. You know,
consignment means sale or return if venues don't know that. So customer gives you their car and say, look, I'm looking to get this for it. Nadia will prep it, sell it, and then give the customer hopefully what they wanted for it. And if it doesn't suit them, it goes back to the customer. That's what sale or return means. Yeah. So some people, you have to put it into context
absolutely.
Because me and you could talk shop all day.
I know. No, fair enough. And you know what? It is a good thing to have a little bit of that as well, because like some cars, especially like classic cars and stuff, like no one wants to put out 100 grand for a classic car that could sit there for a year or two. Yeah. So, and then obviously the customer themselves are too busy to be selling themselves. Yeah. So it actually works perfectly for both parties.
And you just send them an email. That's done.
That's done. Money's there's across. Your money. Yeah. There you go. Much, done. Thank you. You get your commission. Yeah. Grand. It's like an estate agency, really. Like, yeah.
For sure. For that money, it might as well be an estate agency. Yeah.
It's like selling a mobile home, little mobile home. No, this would be good now. I think it'll kick off. Like, I think it will. Yeah.
Because people are getting to know you. Like, you know what I mean?
Slowly. It's kind of like open up a book. The first thing they saw was tits and exhaust, and they were like, who the hell is
Sure, it can only go up from there.
It can only go up from there. And then slowly I started doing little Q&As on Instagram. Yeah. Like little snippets of my TikTok live Q&As, put them on Instagram. Yeah. And that was getting a lot of interaction as well. Like, so it's just mad. We're really good Prosecco or champagne.
I tell you what, I was going to buy a Prosecco, and I was like, no, she's got some class.
She's got some class.
Yeah, know what I mean? The Prosecco just won't cut it this time. Like.
No, listen, to be honest with you, after the right amount of drinks, you'd end up drinking, I drink anything. Like, I love...
I'm the same.
What do I like to drink? I love cocktails, rosé, wine, prosecco, that type of thing. I'm not a big beer drinker at all.
No,
because I just feel crap after
you'd
it. Like,
you'd have a
I
football
just
on your
don't.
stomach then.
How do people sit there and drink like 10 pints of beer?
Oh,
like
no.
that amount of gas
No,
is
yeah.
not good for anyone.
And
like,
then you have to bring it home with you and sleep in the bed with it. Then,
that's
do you
the
know what I mean?
thing. Like, yeah, like I just don't get it. Like, yeah, I just know. I don't. I'm actually not a big drinker, but when I do drink, I go mad. Like, you know, whatever, how many times a year. But I wouldn't be out every weekend. I just
Yeah,
can't
no.
be dealing with the hangovers.
Oh, I was on my way home from work yesterday and I was just so stressed out over everything because I put a lot of pressure on myself there the past 2 or 3 weeks and
Yeah.
there was a lot going on,
Yeah.
especially with work and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just went in last night and I wasn't
Yeah.
even meant to be
Yeah.
in there. And then you
Yeah.
rang me. Hello.
Yeah, I thought you sounded very good. I was like, he is hammered, but fair play to him.
Sure, it's the natural born
I
salesman.
know.
or
You were
saleswoman in
so
like,
good. You were like, no, it's fine. Let's talk.
Yeah.
And I could hear like in the background. I was like, and I just kept chatting. I was like, okay, motherfucker, you want to talk? I'll
Yeah.
talk to you.
Oh, stuff. God, I'm with you. Yeah.
Oh, stop. Yeah.
But, that's the crack anyway. Where are we going from since the last time?
I think you had a few questions.
Oh yeah.
Did
Sorry,
you?
we'll transfer back to this. I
Yeah.
had to write them all down, right, because
Oh,
my phone's
stop.
obviously over there.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't think of that. I should have sent them
Can
to
you read any of
lad.
that now?
No, I can't. No, my handwriting. No, I can't.
My handwriting's shocking.
Is that like Arabic or what?
After a few points, it means it makes sense after a while. I
Chinese.
tell you. So right, well, we've done that one
Yeah.
there. Opinions on electric cars, they're shy. So
Yeah.
we've done that already.
Yeah.
Do you think? Someone asked, do you think track cars will get more popular? Sound good system asked that question. Track cars.
Track cars. will
Would you
get
do
more
any track
popular.
cars here? Selling in many? No.
No, not yet. Not a huge amount. Now, again, that could all change. But yeah, no, I think so. I think cars are becoming to be like not just a car you get into and drive, but actually it's your personality.
Yeah.
So I think they will definitely get more popular. People will be doing them up. They'll be taken out to the track day. It'll be a
We
way
need
to-
more tracks. That's
That's the thing. We just don't have it here in Ireland. Like, you
one
know.
track and you do the lap and it's like a super value car park. That's what it's
You've
like. Do you
done
know
it
what I mean?
and that's it. Like, so again, what you're saying, the infrastructure is just, it's not there, is it, to like have people to kind of do this type of stuff.
No,
But yeah, no,
definitely.
I think it will get more and more as we get more and more like, you know, nice cars and want to do them up and stuff like that.
What's your next demo after you get rid of that?
I would love, like, if I sell that, I want to get an Aston Martin.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
I just,
DB what?
No, Vantage.
Vantage?
Yeah,
Oh,
new
yeah,
Vantage,
definitely.
post 2018. Really nice, maybe really nice, like mineral black or mineral grey,
yeah.
like totally black.
Would there be many of them over here, would there?
No, I was looking at them online there the other week. I know there's a few up north and in the UK, and they're actually not that dear. Like they're like whatever.
What would you be talking
You'd be
retail?
talking you'd be talking 120 sterling, I'd say, and then plus the VRT and
Probably
stuff
what,
like that.
200 grand over
yeah,
here?
yeah, just stand you under two. But that's like a new enough one. It's crazy, but I think like that would be my next car. I'd love, I'd enjoy it, I'd get great content out of it,
Yeah.
and then I'd sell it. Very classy car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people with Aston Martin, like Aston Martin mentality around here, especially.
Yeah.
And what's your biggest market now? Like, what do you turn over a lot of?
For the last couple of weeks and months, I've been doing really weird and wonderful stuff. So kind of between 50 and 60 grand stuff seems to be moving a lot. So Range Rovers, sold at R8, M3, Porsche Panamera. So actually, so the kind of daily stuff, the kind of 20 grand stuff is kind of more quieter at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's the 50, 60 grand stuff. And then even right up to even 80 grand, 90 grand is selling at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of been what we've been turning over. We've done a few, Defenders have picked up as well. They were quiet for a little bit. And now
Coming
they've
into
picked
winter
up.
now.
Exactly, always picks up exactly towards the winter, and also the summer in general, it can be quiet. Like June, July can be very
Everyone's
quiet.
away and-
Everyone's
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Now people are coming back; they're getting back into a routine and stuff like that.
School's
and they
starting
need
now.
a
They're
car.
going to need a new family bus.
Exactly, a family bus.
Nadia's going to get a few Range Rovers in for you. Don't worry.
Yes,
Yeah.
always. I love Range Rovers. I do.
They're so easy, aren't they? There's no selling in them. People just, I want a Range Rover.
I
like.
want a Range
Yeah.
Rover. It's the way it looks, the whole thing. But like, I have a 12, like my own car that I drive is a 12 Vogue Westminster,
the best
old
shape,
model,
yeah.
and 4.4 TD-V8. So it's big
that's
ass
it.
truck engine like your trucks, and so economical.
Yeah.
and just
Economical?
goes. They are like
Really?
for what they are. Yeah, they are, because like they're just not. The revs aren't too high all the
Yeah.
time, so you're constantly.
pull down a
just
house with it,
chilling.
like.
Yeah, you're just constantly chilling at 1,000 revs going around the place, you know, and even on the motorway, you could be doing like 120 legal and you'd be, you know, just under 2,000
Yeah,
revs.
and you
like,
wouldn't
it's
even notice
amazing.
what speed you're doing
You
in
wouldn't even know. Oh, no, they're amazing. And
Yeah.
they just go forever. Like mine has nearly 140,000 miles on it. And it's just like,
that's nothing to them.
it's like a baby. Yeah.
And what was I going to say to you there? Oh, yeah. So as we were here, a couple of minutes ago. Nadia's just
Yeah.
after taking an absolutely gorgeous M4, and it's perfect, wasn't it?
Oh, it's stunning.
Black on the diamond cut wheels and ivory white interior, or it might be mineral grey.
Mineral grey.
Yeah.
Or, look, I'll
The
Google
TikTok
it
police
later.
will be out now in a
I
minute.
know. I think ivory sounds a bit more
Prestige.
It sounds a bit
That's
more.
going to be in the
right.
description on cars.
Ivory grey.
Yeah,
Oh,
ivory
listen,
grey.
You have to, because if you don't, the TikTok detectives and
Oh, God.
the people that actually don't even have a car come on to you to tell you what it is, and you're like, get a life.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Do you?
Yeah.
Would you pay much attention to the negative stuff on TikTok or anything like that? Like, would you even look at the comments?
Yeah, I do. I look
Yeah.
at them. I respond to them. At the beginning, I maybe didn't look at them all the time because our first video, again, this was all a big accident. Like, I've been concentrating on Instagram for 2 years, and
Yeah.
that was really hard. And obviously on Instagram, we have our longer videos, the full productions we do. Like, a lot of people on TikTok don't actually know
Yeah,
what
you
we
put
do.
in like really like film grade production, like you know what I mean. If
like
you haven't
we
seen them,
spent-
definitely check them out on YouTube.
Yeah, like we've done the heist, we have the Lamborghini video, we've done the i8, we've done the M3, we've done the Youre 8. Like we have about 7 videos that we've done, the Youre S6. And when we started with them initially, that changed very quickly as well, because we started with them, it was review style. So I'd be driving the car and I'd be talking about the car and, you know, whatever. Facts and figures, and then also how it makes me feel driving it or whatever. And then good drone videos, wheel videos, car spinning around or whatever, that type of thing. Then that changed and I went, you know what, this has been done. And I know it was a little bit different because it was a woman doing it and a bit flirty or whatever, having the crack with people. But you know what, this has all been done before. So we're like, what can we do to make this different again? So we're like, do you know what we'll do? Movies. Everyone loves movies, especially people who are into cars, and there's always a car in a movie that people love.
That's what draws the car people in.
That's what draws the car people in. So, like, for example, the RS4, we did like a snatch, basically like a heist.
Yeah, see, now that was brilliant.
Music, you know, bit of crack, and you know, we had every every culture or every person from any nationality in it. We had like a white guy, we had a black guy, we had a Chinese guy, we had me. So no one could give out because they were all in it. Like, you just couldn't.
Diverse as
so
you can
diverse
get,
as you can get. And then, like, obviously the Dark Knight, that was the Panamera.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
That was really good. That
So
again was
how
different.
well did that do for you? How quick did you sell that car?
Oh my God, I sold it the next day.
Yeah.
It was crazy, and the guy didn't even like see the car.
He just
rang me, massive deposit. I got the car prepped from, because I had to go and to get all like everything done in Porsche. I got everything done main dealer. A lot of the times, if they're lower end cars, my own mechanic will do the job. But sometimes, if you're getting in $100,000 car, it's worth it. Just go into Porsche and get it fully serviced.
Set peace of mind.
It's just peace
and
of mind.
Warranty, etc.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how do you get on with the main dealers? Like, do they fear you? Do they not want to deal with you? Did you ever get any of that?
At the beginning, yeah, there was a garage in particular, and then another garage who actually blocked me on Instagram because they thought I was stealing their followers. So, you know,
followers, stealing followers. That's a bit.
Yeah,
that's a new
and
one now.
I'm sure they're seeing my followers now and going, yeah, that wasn't.
Oh, we could do a steal in a couple of hours now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing other people follow suit a little bit, like other garages doing little different videos. And I think it's great because imitation's the best form of flattery. And it's actually making people, like, I just don't think the motor industry has ever had to change. It's always been the same thing. You walk into a garage, you meet some guy you don't know. Sometimes he's not really bothered even selling you the car because he's just working there.
Yeah, you don't actually get what you want either. You don't like, you get to pick from maybe 2 or 3 different colours, and that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, there's nowadays the likes of myself, yourself.
Yeah.
We're bringing a new spin to things.
It's just a new spin, literally.
But there is no content being made, really, and there hasn't been for the past 5-10 years in the Irish car scene and commercial scene or whatever, on my side of things. And now it's so good to see so many people, like yourself as well, doing a great job at it. Then there's a good few people that you were dealing with the lads there last week as well.
And there is, and Bob and Dave, and even like there is a few other ones that I've seen that are doing stuff, and it's great, and it
We're
really
gonna be on the
is
television
brilliant.
together. We may have a party.
We should have a Christmas party. A plan is, like, hopefully if it all goes well, I'm going to have a Christmas party here in the Ashford Motors HQ.
With a bit of luck, this will do really well, and we can have a live show.
There we go. Make some money. Yeah, listen, I'm all about making money. Listen, there's a deal to be done, money to be made. There's no secret about that. I like money. I love money. Money doesn't like me.
And at the end of the day, you're not here to hold hands either, Nadia.
No,
you're here to do it.
I'm here to take over, as Conor McGregor would say.
So that leads me on to a great question: is
yes,
what's your 5-year plan for Ashford Motors and Nadia? Are you going to become an Instafluencer because you've got the potential? It's sitting there now on you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had plenty of offers to go and do bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's funny, like the offers are kind of coming in lately, like, so, you know, obviously we were just doing our own thing for a long time.
Feast or a famine, Nadia.
Yeah, that's it. It's like the cars, you're either super busy or super quiet.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. The stuff is coming in now. I'm getting a lot of emails and calls, and sure, you got on to me, and you know, that's how it works. You just
play the game.
People start, you know, hearing about you and seeing what you're doing. So I don't really know. Obviously, I always want to like buy and sell cars because that is my bread and butter, and that's what I love doing. And actually, that's what brings in the stories and the content. Because if I wasn't out there buying cool cars, selling cool cars, having a story, you know, doing a video on it, and then it sells on that video.
Yeah.
If I wasn't doing all that, I wouldn't have the content to then have the followers.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if the cars went one day, you know, what would I do?
Yeah.
But people, I'm sure I'd find something else.
But people don't understand. You're putting in work. Like this is not a game either. Like
No,
this is work. Like this is you started with nothing and now you have what you have. Like what was it, 80,000 followers and a couple of million likes on TikTok alone?
Like when I checked yesterday, it was over 81,000 followers.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's mad.
Yeah.
I spent 2 years on Instagram trying to get the followers, and it's so slow. But you know something? It's very tough on Instagram, but I buy and sell loads of cars on Instagram.
Yeah.
So the engagement is so strong.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok, you'd be lucky if you sold a car, and TikTok is just to the masses. It's just to get people to see your face, to see who you are. You're showing them something shocking, so they look at you.
TikTok's like the Yellow Pages now, isn't it? Everyone has one.
Everyone has exactly.
That's the thing. We were talking about this on the phone as well. Like every social media has a currency, and TikTok really is everybody. And then you get your Instagram, people who know what they're talking about, they're into it, they're ready to do business. And then YouTube, which I'm going to help you out with in the future.
Thank you
There's
very
going to be
much.
Nadia vlogs coming very soon.
Can't
hopefully.
wait. I need the help there. And exactly as you said, so TikTok is like, you know, volume, and then Instagram's quality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It is, because you go onto the Instagram, it's a different kettle of fish to the TikTok.
You sold a car off TikTok though, haven't you?
Yeah, one car so far, the R8, the black R8. So that's what started.
A car to sell. Fair play.
That started the Any Guesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I remember that. Yeah.
That started Any Guesses. That day was just like never planned to do that. R8 came in, I was looking at it, and it had a really like amazing exhaust on it. Was it the Akrapovic exhaust or something else? No, it was another exhaust. And it had an amazing exhaust, and I was just here. I was just playing with it or whatever. I said, you know what? Let's just do something really for the crack, because that's just when we started TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, just put the camera up here, and I just went, any guesses? You know, and I was just dressed the way I dress every day. I don't put this on for TikTok. This is just the way I look, all the time.
Yeah. So you know what people to be looking at anyway when they're watching the videos.
Yeah, of course they do. They're looking at my boobs and then trying to figure out what the exhaust is. But like, that's grand. Like, do you know what I
reckon if I had boobs, I'd have 1 million subscribers now.
It's so tough for guys out there.
Oh, it's hard.
But like, I suppose with me, it's kind of.
But it's not easy. You're not in any way saying it's easy for women either, because it's not like.
Yeah, but you see, I think with me, people don't know what to do with me, because like we say we support women, but we actually support women? No. Because we don't. Because if I'm have my boobs out, let's say, and I don't actually think they're out, I just think like I have my bit of cleavage out. They're there. Like, I love them. I love the way they look.
What are you supposed to do? Put them into a wardrobe before you go to work every morning?
Exactly. And I did all that work in an office where I used to be covered head to toe. And like, if you saw photos of me years ago, and I hated that because that's not who I am. I love being glam. I love fashion.
Yeah.
I really love fashion. You'll never see me in the same blazer twice.
Yeah.
I have 500 blazers. I love my clothes. I'm always messing every day. Like, how will I look today? And like, I take time picking out my outfits, and I love going shopping. And so that is actually my personality, you know, changing. And like, I'll dress for me, my figure, how I think, you know,
you're not out there to specifically sell your car. No. You're not saying, this top will make me a few bob. Like,
not at all. No, it's just I like looking nice, genuinely. So that was just a bit of crack that day. So sorry. So what I was going to say, I just think people don't know what to do with me, because they're like, right, well, if she has her boobs on show or something, should be in this box, maybe OnlyFans, maybe like a glamour model, but she shouldn't be in this box, which is actually running, you know, a proper business, car business.
And we'll let her know that she shouldn't be there.
We'll let her know she shouldn't be there. But actually, we're living in a world now. Why can't we? Why can't I look like this and do this?
But there is no limits anymore now.
Like, what should I be looking like selling cars? They're still going to say something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm delighted that that's all they can. If they do say something, it's like, oh, you're selling your boobs. I love that, because I'm like, you can't say anything else.
But that's why I love coming down here and talking to you. And this is the whole reason why I wanted the podcast, because people can take you at face value and then you can hear you talk now. Like, Nadia's pure sound. Pure
Thank
sound.
you.
Yeah.
Your sound as well.
Yeah.
And Ian got me lovely flowers and champagne / prosecco, whatever it is. I'll be drinking it tonight. And
lads,
a lovely
take a lesson.
hat.
Take a lesson.
Take a lesson.
You know what I mean? Like,
these were genuinely the first flowers I got like in work. Like,
that's lovely.
present. Honest to God, I was delighted. I was nearly crying.
I do that a lot. I like spoiling the women around me.
Yeah.
Like same with women. So I always buy her flowers and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
don't ever stop.
no, it's
The only thing about flowers is I love them, but they are a bit of maintenance, like having to like keep them alive and stuff.
I should have went to IKEA and got a fake plant.
That's
think
what
about
you need to do, yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah,
maybe next
get
time.
a fake plant.
But you don't come with your hands hanging. Anyone,
No,
especially all the younger generation, they don't understand that. Don't come with your hands hanging.
No, it's true. And when and I still do it, but when I started off, a huge thing I used to do, and I used to always put up on Instagram, was I'd always have a gift. Even if it was 20 quid, even if it was a box of chocolate, bottle of Prosecco.
It's what it means, though. Like, you thought about it.
Always had something on the seat when a customer, and it would just, because they've spent money with you and it almost feels like they're getting something back.
Yeah.
And it just puts a big smile on their face.
Yeah.
It was just a little finishing touch, and I used to do it with all my customers, and I still do.
Yeah.
And it just varies now what I do for them, but I would always treat them to something with the purchase. I think that's important.
Some dealers, like I've worked in the motor trade, obviously.
Yeah,
as
you were
know,
saying,
like, and like some dealers would go against you and they'd say, no, don't do that. Sure, then they come back and they expect something else for free, or they expect that, and there's a lot of people not looking after each other, and this, agreed, absolutely, like, and that's where the smaller business like yourself, it's a pleasure to deal with, and as you said, that car there, you've got a repeat customer over.
Yeah.
So obviously,
got two cars off me this year, the Bentley and the Youre.
Exactly,
he's a great customer and friend now.
And what does that tell you? Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you're good to do business with, and
see, with us, like, and like with me, I like go for breakfast with people, especially like if it's like a really big deal, like the Bentley deal, for example. It was a breakfast lunch. It was breakfast one day, then we met up again a few days later. We had lunch. We talked about the deal. We talked about we're trying to do. He's a very good negotiator, this guy, but he'll say the same thing about me. And it was like back and forth for like a week. And there was lunch and dinner. And it's a big, because it's a 60 grand car. Like, it's not a cheap car. So there's a lot of talking involved and going back. And then we got the deal done. And I think that was the first deal I ever did on a very high end car, 60 grand. Because up to that, I was only selling 10, 20 grand cars. So it was a big deal for me. I was like, oh my God, I just sold a 60 grand car. And I brought him out for lunch and I paid for it, and it was a big deal for me. I just felt deadly. I felt like I was on, like, selling a house or something, It was
but
a big
it is,
thing.
it's a massive deal. And even if the 60 grand to this guy particularly, obviously has, well looked after, or he's a wealthy man, but like, even if 60 grand meant nothing to him, it means a lot. Like, just to deal with people that don't try and take everything off you.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, they know, and I'm very open to the fact here, I'm making money. Of course I am.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for the good of my health. I have to keep the business going. I have to make money. And like, it's not all about sales, but it is about sales as well. And I'm putting everything back into the business. Like, you can clearly see we started with the yard, and
the
now
place looks great as well.
Now we're doing
you're doing signage, and now you're doing the other stuff upstairs.
And the videos as well, they cost money and time and stuff, and like good money and everything else. Costumes, catsuit. My catsuit costs like 60 quid. Like, what am I going to do? I have to wear it for Halloween now to get to.
What's the company that does costumes now? And Summer should get onto you and start paying you. Like, you make a
and
fortune.
Summers. Well, just for costumes, nothing else.
And Summers follow me. Don't worry, I'll talk to someone. They see me wearing high vis jumpers and all that sort of stuff, so they get on to me.
So exactly. So we're so personalised. Like, I only open my appointment, but you'll come down. You could spend 3 hours with me. You could spend an hour. We could go for lunch. We could, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, because you'll get that personal, like, kind of service and stuff like that.
So it's not, so if people wanted to come down here, is it by appointment only? Is that what you're trying to stick to?
Yeah, by appointment only.
Because
now, look, again, I could be here and somebody would rock up. I'm not going to shoo them away. I'm going to tend to them and show them. But the way things are going now, and I think it's because of the pandemic, everything's kind of by appointment now.
Yeah, everyone likes a bit more personal
Everyone likes a bit more personal. And also it fizzles out the time wasters big time, because no one's going to make an appointment to come out to see you unless they're very serious. You know, they're a serious buyer. Like, if they, like, people can just rock out and spend 2 hours of your time just walking around looking at 20 different cars and have no plan to buy any of those cars.
Yeah,
they
and
just
it's down to another thing as well. Is that like you're a small business, you don't have 5 or 6 sales team to rely on to show everybody around. It's just you and
me
and a couple of other people, or smaller people as well around. So like you're just fizzling out wasters.
Exactly, just fizzling out wasters.
Because no one has time for time wasters, as they say.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then you get a better, like you do get better looked after, but you get a good deal. You get maybe the car delivered in the deal. Like you don't, you get different things. Bits and pieces along with it.
But the bits and pieces make the deal. Like the car is only the second thing. It's how you get dealt with. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure. Listen, like it's funny, and I always have to think of different customers. Like I have one customer right from the country where you'd be giving them back 50 quid look, and they'd be spitting on the 50 quid, and you'd be shaking hands, and I'd be spitting on my hand, he'd be spitting on his hand, and the next day I could be meeting someone like on the completely opposite end, where it's like it's totally different. They
come down with the jumper tied around.
It's a different sale. So like I sell to, I wouldn't care who I'm dealing with. I'd sell to anyone, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But sure, that's all the fun in it too. Like, you know what I mean? Meeting the people as well. That's another reason why you probably wake up in the morning. It's just you meet the strangest people.
I was thinking about this last night. I was sitting on the couch thinking about it, thinking about all my customers, and I was like, do you know something? I can pretty much tell you who all my customers are, who their missuses are, what they do, who of their kids are, you know, where they go to school, where they go. I know them so well. I really do. Like, and a lot of them I've stayed friends because I do appointments, and you'll have the chat with them, you know, or I'll be on the phone to them first for maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Then they come down, you spend another while with them. Then you might be talking to them again. Then they might come down again. Usually I sell the car then and there. Like I probably have a 95% sales rate, you know. Like,
fair play to you.
Yeah, like I do, because, and it's also, you know, it's not even about me. It's the cars I'm selling. You're not going to get, you know.
Yeah, they're all good cars. They all have history.
And
they're all minded.
They're minded, but then you also have that person looking for that car, and there's not many out them in the market. So it's kind of as well.
Yeah, you have them say, look, you're not going to find another one, and not definitely not one as good, and not one with the service or the service you're going to get from us, like, as well. Like, you know what I mean?
But you will get customers as well that come in and completely unrealistic to the fact that they're buying a second-hand car, and
I know,
you know, it's not all like, oh yeah, this is great. Like, and I always say to the customer, I'll say, listen, you know, you have to be realistic with what you're getting. You know, if there's a little flaw on the body or something like that. And I always say to them, listen, there's a main dealer down the road if you want to go buy a brand new car. And I don't say it in a bad way, but I do say it very on. If you get that type of customers, now that's only a very small percentage who are just a bit unrealistic to what they're buying.
They think they own you after you.
You're
like,
you're buying
you know,
a 10 grand car that's 50 years old, like, you know, and there's a little mark on it, and you're giving out, you know what I mean? Now, not very seldomly, but you do have those customers. And I think if you're just upfront with them and go, listen, I actually point out stuff before they even point out. If there's something to point out, I'll go, listen, there's a little mark here or whatever. But again, what you want to do.
If you're interested in it, we can get it sorted, but there's no negotiating. Yeah,
I can get it done for you, or I'll knock off the few bob, you get it done yourself. Do you know, there's that bit of play in it as well, like, you know.
And people rather the honesty, not that trying to hide it or whatever, you know what I mean?
They do. If you tell people everything's perfect, that's when they know something's up.
And with a lot of main dealers as well, you'll see a lot of cars like just all rammed in together in a massive car park, and you get about 2 foot to walk around it, and you don't see everything, and then they're in and out, and they'll tell you that they're running short on time because they had to do the deal and everything like that. So they don't care about you, like they don't.
And to be fair, like, it's not their business either. They're working off a commission, and to be honest with you, they're probably not working on a big commission either. They're getting about I don't know what it is these days, but
it's desperate anyway.
Bad. I know it's not
and they're
great.
taxed 48% too.
You can't blame, you know. And at the end of the day, unless it's because me, it's my face, my brand. I you know, go the extra mile. But if you're a young girl or guy, it is tough, like, and then you're being worked off volume. You're not even being worked off like how good of a job you did selling that car to that customer, and customer coming back to you.
Yeah, and they all want to sell the add-ons as well, like I'll get the waterproof seats and this and that. And,
I know.
And then if you don't, if you don't,
finance as well. Is another big thing.
You want to be financing it, and they'd nearly scold you if you sold the car cash, like, you know.
Oh, I know.
Oh, there's a lot of that too. Yeah.
I know. But, whereas I'll actually show all options, and most of the time, and now like a bit of the time, I'd actually say, listen, go get a credit union loan or something.
It'll work out the best rate or whatever. Yeah. But sure, that's all a part of the service.
That's
like, you're not going to get that off.
The
lad and the big dealer down the road, like, they don't care. Like,
now, I do get a nice commission and stuff, but sometimes, you know.
But sure, why would you do it for any less?
I'd rather get the deal done, you know what I mean, than lose the deal if I was.
But like,
giving them a better option.
You make a good commission, but Nadia, you put hours into production of just videos that you make nothing from, like, and then outside you have to pay something great, and then you have to, you know, at the end of the day you have to pay our wage too. You have to keep the lights on in here, like, it's not just going into, not every cent of it is going straight into Nadia's pocket.
My pocket.
Yeah, there's a serious investment going on, like.
I know, and we're still growing, we still have a lot to do, and, you know, but listen, we'll get there.
Even in here you have great plans for in here as well.
I can't wait for in here now. I'm going to
even now at the minute, the way it sits,
it's not bad, is it? It's cool, just the way I have the cars parked, you know, to the side. So yeah, it's like hopefully we'll have it here, you know, with 10 to 20 nice high-end stuff, you know, and then outside it'll be
well, next year I'll be back.
Oh, listen,
and, yeah,
come
and
back
we'll
to
be
me
looking.
next week.
There'll be nothing left.
There'll be nothing left.
Ian,
yeah.
we're after selling all of it.
All of the cars. That's the problem. The yard's always full, but I always have everything gone then as well. And it's like, God damn, I need to get stock now.
How many cars did you sell today?
Today I sold. Have I sold anything today? No, but I've bought a car today.
Yeah.
This week I've done one car. Now I'm happy, as I said, I'm not a volume business. I'm a margin business. So if I do a few a week, I'm more than okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's it. And that's the way it is. But I'm happy because I don't. If there was 10 of me here, yeah, granted, you'd want to be doing more, but I don't need to be.
No.
And if my sort of model for the business, and that comes back to social media and why we spend so much money on the video productions and everything, is because I keep my operating costs low. That's why it looks like this, because everything's so slow, you know, and I keep my, rent low and everything low, and put everything into marketing the car itself. So when you see that car, it's everywhere. The best way you've seen that car. Like, look at I don't know, have you seen some of our ads, Done Deal ads, cars ads
seen them,
how we take our photos
they're
outside.
Perfect, yeah.
They're perfect, yeah. We spend a lot of time, whereas I'm not saying other dealers, but sometimes they do just whack the car in the back.
Not clean.
There's a McDonald's in the back, like, and you're going, come on, like, you know. So I spend the money on the valeting, the prepping, the getting it right, everything. Then we do video production if it's a quirky car. And so I'd rather.
That's if you get time to do. If sometimes cars just go in and out and you don't have time to do it.
Sometimes they sell, yeah. And I'd be like, can I have that car back for a video? Like, but the customers are loving it. Like, I'll have them going, can I have my video, please?
Really?
And you're like, yeah, they go mad for the videos because it's like they get to go home and show like their missus or their friends, or they get to see that's my car doing that, or it's in the Dark Knight, the Panamera. Do you know what I mean? They love it. They go mad for it. Yeah. It's like getting your own customized video with your
it's
car.
Your link to the stardom,
it's
like, you know what I mean?
It's like, imagine you bought a cool watch or something, you got your own personalized video of that watch or something like that, you know?
Sure. It's on it's on a platform, like, and people are watching you not just to buy cars, they're watching you for entertainment too now. Like, that's another big thing of it too. Like, you are entertainment now. RTE or anything like that it's not really that important to people that are watching your videos anymore. This is your content now. Like, you're a content creator now, just like me.
And I didn't know I was. That's the mad thing. And I'm sort of going, oh my God, what do I do now that I'm thinking about it?
Basically, you just basically tell everyone, oh, I'm so busy now.
I can't.
No time for anything.
I just have to bring my phone with me all the time. I look at everything now as a kind of a good opportunity for content. Like, yesterday we were putting the signs up and the cherry picker was there.
I see that.
And I was like, here, go on, I'll just get on that, right? And I didn't actually realise how high they went. So I was just on my phone as the thing was going up.
Are you good with heights now?
When I get there, I freak out. I'm okay kind of blocking things out, but if I see like how high I am and I'm like wobbling a bit, that would actually freak me out. So I didn't even notice. I was just on the phone getting the TikTok ready, getting the angles right, and your man was just lifting me up and up and up and up and up, and I was like, and then finally got up and I looked around and I was like, holy shit.
And then the wind catch you and it's like this.
And the wind caught me and it went like and I was like, oh, we're cool, la, la, la. Like, just had the camera like that, and then I was like, get me down now, get me down.
Everyone driving by would be like, oh, look, they're after getting one of them whaling dolls. You ever seen America, the ones with the big air balloon
like
things?
Oh, stop, I know. Oh, stop. Right beside the big car forecourt. And
You've reached new heights now.
I know, it's tough at the top. I know, I should have used that one.
Oh, yes.
That was your good one now that you came out with when you had a few pints on you last night.
Sure, come here. I come out with a lot of good ones and a few bad ones as well.
That was good. It's tough at the top. I know.
God. Maybe next time we'll use that one now.
Yeah.
I think, do I have any more questions here on it? I wanted to touch on. Just going to finish it off here now, Nadia, because
perfect.
I'd like to just thank you very much for letting me come down and film it. And and again, if you need a hand with it, and we're going to hopefully come back to Nadia now in a couple of months' time and see how things have progressed. And then again, you'll be like, Ian, I just can't this week. Schedule's rammed.
I just can't, and let me just quickly say that we are launching a new business next week. It's going to go up online.
Go on, what's it called?
Yeah, so it's called Ashford Living.
Yeah.
And it's basically high-end kind of garden furniture, high high-end jacuzzis.
I'll stick in a few clips here on top so
Yeah,
you see upstairs.
please do, yeah. Barbecues. So we're opening, the opening times have been kind of changing a little bit. We're hoping to open next week, and the online market, you can buy it online and then you can come down. And the reason why I think it's going to work really well is because usually a lot of people have to travel to Dublin to get a good like outdoor furniture store, whereas now we have one in Wicklow.
Yeah.
And it's great. It kind of goes in with the Ashford umbrella of Ashford Motors, Ashford Living, good quality, nice stuff for your house, for your life, the whole lot. So we're going
Champagne
live
lifestyle.
next week. Champagne lifestyle,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Buy a Lamborghini, get your jacuzzi.
All in one place.
Where
would you get it? Like,
where would you go? So, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah.
one question I actually wanted to ask
go
you is
for
that
it.
with the social media, now the way that's a new thing for you now, like
Very new.
Does it make your brain itch? Like, do you think at night now, and you're going at 10 o'clock at night, and you're getting mad anxiety or anything like that? Does you suffer from any of that, or?
Anxiety. If I do get a little bit of anxiety, it doesn't last too long. Like I might get a spurts of it going, oh God, or something, but. I'm able to brush things off quite quickly as well. So yeah, there has been times where I'm going, oh God, what's going to happen now? Or is this? But then you realise actually, no, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? And it's
all
going.
it's all just the crack.
It's the crack. It's going the right way. The people who watch the stuff, they know what the crack is. They know. They're like, oh, your one's actually quite smart. Like what she's doing. Like
you're very intelligent. You know exactly what you're doing. Fair play to you.
I was talking to another lad there last week, and he was telling me some lad was saying to him, oh, look at what Ashford Motors is doing. It's shocking, isn't it? It's absolutely shocking.
What age is he? 75?
Oh, yes, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, it's so shocking. Like, I'm in a low-cut top. Oh, my God, let's fucking...
And she's a woman as well. Would you
I'm
believe
a
that?
Woman, and I'm mixed race, and I'm selling supercars. Like, it's just totally mad. So, and he goes, what are you doing right now? And he goes, what do you mean? And he goes, well, what are you doing right now? And he goes, oh, what do you mean? He goes, you're talking about them. And he goes, oh, yeah, I suppose so, yeah. And he goes, there you go.
There you go. It worked.
It worked. Yeah. So that's it. That's all we're doing, you know.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
No,
look, we'll see how we go.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
You won't know what's going to happen around here next.
Yeah.
That's the mad thing, like, because
God.
it's not just, it is selling cars, but that's not all of it. It's sort of, you just wouldn't know. Like the content, I want to keep producing. We have an amazing one. I don't want to give out what car it is, but it's a really good movie. I'll tell you after the podcast.
I'm in the loop.
You're in the loop now. You know everything that's going on. But Monday night now we're shooting a video, so we're going to get that into production for next week.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll be live like next week or the week after.
Looking forward to
We're
it.
shooting on Monday. No, actually, look, we're shooting on Monday. I'll have it out by next weekend. That's the problem with me. I have no patience. I'm like, get it out tomorrow.
I'm the same, yeah.
And then on to the next thing then straight after.
Then when you say to yourself, or you put it out, like I the same, I say, oh, it'll be out on Tuesday, and I go, oh, sure, fuck it, I can put it up now.
Just
sure, I
put
have
it
it
up now. I know, I can't wait. I'm like, I'll save that for tomorrow. I'm like, no, put it up now.
Yeah, no time like the present.
No time like the present. Yeah.
But again, Nadia, now we'll finish out the conversation now because Nadia's a very busy woman and she's made
I have
a
to
little
go for
bit
my
of time
lunch.
For me. Your lunch, very nice.
A bit of lunch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, God, but no, again, whatever what you're doing is brilliant and keep it up, like, you know what I mean. It's good to see more people at it, like, you know what I mean.
Thank you.
And yes, very delighted to have you, and thanks very much. And if you guys want to go over and follow Nadia's YouTube channel or TikTok, and I'll leave all our links below, and Ashford Living as well. I'll show you a couple of clips of upstairs. The only place you'll be able to buy garden furniture over winter, just to let you all know that.
Absolutely, and we do high-end jacuzzis, big 12 people marble jacuzzis with chiller fridges in them that you can sit there and have your pint or whatever you want while you're, you know, watching the snow come around you, and you can get a big percolator to go over it, and you and the missus can be sitting there, and that's
Do I get a discount?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
We'll jump in now, will we?
Yeah, stop, exactly. I forgot to bring me swimming trunks.
I know.
Geez.
Well, I wanted to put water into it, but apparently it gets devalued straight away after you put water into it.
It's like driving it out of the shower, is it?
It's like, exactly. It's like driving out of the shower. That's exactly it. Yeah.
But again, Nadia, thanks for having us.
No, you're so welcome. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
That's
a wrap.
Nadia.
You happy?
That was brilliant.
That was good, wasn't it? Yeah, it was good crack. I enjoyed it.